Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby, y'all. 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 The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on. If you like all the hip hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shea Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes. Yes, sir. We are here. Freaky Fridays. What's poppin'? Just trying to make sure everything is good. Everything sounds good, man. Everything sounds good. Let me just check it on the big screen. Make sure we are litty. Make sure we are litty. All right, we good. Everything sounds good, man. We are straight. What's good, y'all? We here. Freaky Friday. Shout out to Facebook. Rumble was popping. Rumble was popping. That's a fact. Smash them like buttons, too. It is Freaky Friday, man. Hopefully, Nisha pull up today. I know she's working today, but she do be on because she do have a little second to peek in sometimes. Shout out to Nish. That's a fact. So what's up, y'all? We lit, man. It's Friday. Thank God. Shout out to Zah Grabber. You see I got the hat and the hoodie on today. It's a little chilly in New York. You know, Mitchell and Ness jacket on. Oh, Starter. Yeah. I'm sorry. Starter. Not Mitchell. Starter. Shout out to Starter. Send me in a coat. This was maybe like 5 months ago they sent this to me. Shout out to them. Yeah, baby. But you know, it's winter time. So of course they send Shea Baby, the small people, the spring coat. So I had to wait until it get a little warmer to put it on. So shout out to them. Yeah, Shea Baby. Yes, we are lit today. Freaky Fridays. Who's in the building, man? Get in them comments. Let's talk about it, man. I want to see what's up. Who's in there, man? I want to see who's outside, man. I can see that Baby Love is in the building. I see her. What up, Baby Love? You know what I mean? She's always in the building. Fordham Road, what it do?
What it is, baby. Kiss. Shout out to SHEABABYTV, the hottest shit on the internet. Giving flowers, showing love, no hate, no sucky shit.
Facts. Let me turn this down. This is a little bit too loud. But we do want to hear me a little bit so get a little feedback. Shout out to everybody in the building. Jada Bars was goody. Yeah, shit, baby. Yeah, man. Freaky Fridays. Jump in them comments so we can get it, so we can talk about it. All right, let's get to it, man. We ain't got too much long on here today. It's Friday. We ain't gonna keep y'all too long. This is crazy right here.
It be a whole bunch of YNs friend requesting me. Where's your uncles at? The nasty ones that's gonna spit in my ass.
Woo! That's a fact, baby. Let's play that again.
It be a whole bunch of YNs friend requesting me. Where's your uncles at? The nasty ones that's gonna spit in my ass.
That is a big fact. All right, so you YNs. So the YNs always feel they the freshest. You know, they feel, they got all the swag. Yeah, there's no way my pops is bagging more joints than me and beating more joints than me. No way. Yes way. Yes way. Now, this is the thing about you older cougars too. Y'all always say, yeah, I'ma feel like I'm young. I'ma go and sleep with a younger dude till he don't hit it right, and then you're mad. Yeah, they may have the stamina, but a lot of these niggas is on that pink horsepower. A lot of these niggas is on that pink horsepower and that jinxing, big boo. So you gonna be fine. Once they pop that pink horsepower in, you gonna think they 19 years old again. Straight up. With that. And just straight go in, ma. So you cougars thinking y'all getting over? You heard what Shorty said. Done with you YNs.
It be a whole bunch of YNs friend requesting me. Where's your uncles at? The nasty ones that's gonna spit in my ass.
The nasty ones. That's a fact. Shout out to Shorty. Alright, so academics gets crazy.
He wanted dick. Diddy ain't want no pussy. He wanted dick. He was really insecure about his sexuality. We hear about the sex worker who was fucking Cassie, looks back at Diddy, and Diddy gets in a verbal, I don't know if it was physical, argument with the guy to say, stop looking at me. So how could you be that offended if your kink is just being a cuck? That the man looks at you, however, when he ejaculates on your woman, you and her go to a private room where she lathers you in the guy's semen. Diddy's a homosexual man who could now be seen to be using this woman as a beard. Like, people have heard that about, these undercover gay men. Like, we had a governor in Jersey named Jim McGreevy or something McGreevy. Nigga was gay as shit. He had a family, because most politicians don't get elected unless you got a wife or some type of, like, you look like you got a family structure. Bachelors usually don't get elected. It came out later that he was gay. So his wife was what they call a beard. Like, it's a cover-up. You get what I'm saying? It's possible to believe that Diddy was using Cassie as a beard. Diddy like cock. He loves semen. In him liking these things,
damn,
and to protect his public image, he acted like he was a cuck. Like, oh no, I'll sit back here while you fuck my girl. Don't look at me though. Who is he jerking off looking at? In light of this, who y'all think Diddy was jerking off looking at? Cassie or the man?
Wow. So you heard what academics just asked. That's a crazy question. Nigga asked who he thought Diddy was beating off to, Cassie or the dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. For those that just popped up, let's play that again.
Diddy ain't want no pussy. He wanted dick. He was really insecure about his sexuality. We hear about the sex worker who was fucking Cassie, looks back at Diddy, and Diddy gets in a verbal, I don't know if it was physical, argument with the guy to say, stop looking at me. So how could you be that offended if your kink is just being a cuck? That the man looks at you, however, when he ejaculates on your woman, you and her go to a private room where she lathers you in the guy's semen. Diddy's a homosexual man who could now be seen to be using this woman as a beard. Like, people have heard that about, these undercover gay men. Like, we had a governor in Jersey named Jim McGreevy or something McGreevy. Nigga was gay as shit. He had a family, because most politicians don't get elected unless you got a wife or some type of, like, you look like you got a family structure. Bachelors usually don't get elected. It came out later that he was gay. So his wife was what they call a beard. Like, it's a cover-up. You get what I'm saying? It's possible to believe that Diddy was using Cassie as a beard. Diddy like cock. He loves semen. In him liking these things, and to protect his public image, he acted like he was a cuck. Like, oh no, I'll sit back here while you fuck my girl. Don't look at me though. Who is he jerking off looking at? in light of this, who y'all think Diddy was jerking off looking at? Cassie or the man?
Yo, son, I ain't gonna hold you. Now, if Diddy gets off, right, this is what we were talking about. We're gonna go back to that. We're gonna get into the Knicks, the Celtics. We getting into all that today. Frank Johnson, what's poppin'? Yeah, baby. Now, I was just telling my man this the other day. I don't think Diddy's the same, even if he gets out. I don't think nobody wants to be around him. You know, she say rubbing semen all over his body. Like, how can you do business and talk to a nigga you know that was just like bathing in semen? You know what I mean? I can't have a conversation with a nigga that I know that just was bathing in semen. I can't. Even for the mills, I feel some type of way. Shit, baby. You know what I mean? And then Diddy nasty. Yeah. And then Diddy nasty. That's a fact. All right, so before we get into that, because we got some good smoke, man. There's a lot going on. A lot. Shit, baby. Your man Chris Brown arrested. Read that. Yeah. Chris Brown arrested. We're going to talk about that today. That's crazy. Yo, it's wild to me, right? Joanne, what's poppin'? What's wild to me about all of this, all of these celebrities and all of this, these are the same ones that you ladies are going thirsty, going to the concert and hoping he put a cherry or put something or take a picture in the mouth. Y'all ladies are nasty. Y'all all cry when your feelings get hurt. Y'all are down for everything. Y'all are down for everything, man. Down for everything. And that's obvious. That's obvious. We just see the same women, 50-year-old women, letting Usher put cherries in their mouth, you grown-ass groupie. I just don't understand why I don't act like this for, like, Lotto. Why I don't act like this for Nicki Minaj, Cardi B's, all of these chicks. They look good. They're sexy. Yeah. They make a hit record. Why I'm not going thirsty to the concert trying to take pictures and all of this stupidness? Why I'm not doing this? Because you're a groupie. You're the reason men get in the game. You're the reason men don't want to help other men succeed to the next level. It's the women. Sorry, ladies. You know I love y'all shit babies. I'm just keeping it real. The groupies are the ones killing the game. Look, y'all thirsty. All y'all women. Oh, I would have loved. Oh, I dream about Puff. It's Diddy. It's Diddy. Remember that? You could have been rubbing semen from the next male escort coming in there, jerking off, and you could have been rubbing all that on Diddy, you groupie. What groupies? Jungle, what's poppin'? Ryan Clifton, what's good? Let's get lit in here. Let's talk about it. So yeah, like I said, man, it's the groupies that kill it, man. You know, y'all don't see it now? Y'all don't see it? You spending $600-700 for a nigga to put a cherry in your mouth? You ready to say, you know what? Pee on me. That's what you're saying. Yeah. You're willing to spend $600, you groupie? Nasty. And this is no hate. This is just for real. This is for real. It seems like these industry niggas are nasty work. Don Cooper, what's poppin'? That's what I'm saying. Usher concerts are too wild. You are grown-ass women. Usher came out 30 years ago. So we don't got no YGs at these concerts. These are old-ass women. These are old-ass women going to the Usher and the Chris Browns. Nasty work, man. That's a fact. Look, you can love the music. You can love it. But once you want to go take pictures, put cherries in your mouth and all that, pause, you a groupie. You a goddamn 50-year-old cougar groupie. Shit, baby. Yeah. And that's a fact. No offense, ladies. You know, it's all love. I'm just keeping it real. You know, this is just how I see it. All right. You know this guy right here, D Haven? So this is an old Jay-Z friend, right? So he jumps on the gram yesterday on YouTube or something like that. He does a little interview and he talks about Jay-Z. Pretty much Jay-Z got on from stealing his connect, like, you know, Alpo Rich Porter days. Now you steal a nigga connect. They say he stole a nigga connect, got the money to do Rockefeller, and never looked back. Listen, this is crazy.
You would think that the drugs was coming to an end. So this 94 situation, like I said, when I was locked up, Jay took it upon himself to call my connect, set up some business, and just start doing shit on his own.
And not cutting you in.
Not, right? So I don't know nothing that's going on. I don't know anything that's going on in there. I'm just sitting in there in the blind, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So after I finished maxing out, I get home on the street. One of my closest right-hand mans come to me and shit, and he say, yo, before, you know, anybody start to tell you, what, you know what I'm saying, this is what happened. I caught him messing with folks that he shouldn't have been messing with.
The plug.
The plug. You know what I'm saying? He says that he could have wasted him, but I didn't for the love of you. You understand? I could have wasted him, but I didn't for the love of you. You know what I'm saying?
This would have been up in New York?
Yeah.
All right, so he said in that interview also too that his man was thinking about taking Jay-Z out, but he didn't off the strength of him. God damn, Jovito. Yeah. Hola, Jovito. Baby. I mean, Hov went for the bag. What you expect, man? You know, you locked up. Would you expect the hustle to stop? That's crazy. A nigga get locked up, they expect you to be broke in the streets. Now, I'm not saying that's what D Haven wanted, because D Haven seems like a good dude. I ain't gonna hold you. I watch it, listen to his interview. But a lot of people just want to know why now they come out with these stories years later. Because, you know, he's been seen to, I think, take pictures with Hov recently. I think he was hanging out with Hov maybe about 10 years ago. Yeah, baby. Greg, what's goody? Greg, what's goody? Shout out to Greg Self, my boy. What poppin'? Yeah, 100%, Greg. Yeah, I don't know why he talking now, you know, D Haven. D Haven, you know, everybody want to know why now. Who knows? But if he did do this, Jay-Z, right? I don't look at it like it is wrong, but it's not wrong. You know, the niggas locked up. You expect the hustle to die? You expect niggas to just be broke while you in jail sitting around. Now, the plug went and ran with Jay-Z because the plug always says that. The plug always says, yeah, you know, I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to do that. The plug don't care. The plug's like the record label. The plug don't got no loyalty. The plug is all about sales. It's no different than the CEO of a corporation. You think he cares about the president? No. If that nigga's selling, he's the president. If he's not, he's up out of there. It's no different than like in the NBA too. If LeBron gets locked up, they looking for the next LeBron. If LeBron gets locked up, they looking for the next LeBron. So that's just that. So the plug gassed him. That's what I think. I think the plug looked at it like, hold on, you got some motion. You was probably doing the same, selling to the same people that you guys were friends and partners. You could bring in the same money. I'm going for the money. This is what the plug always do. They always say this. Why did Outpost Plug say the same thing with Rich Porter, right? Oh, I started giving the work to Rich. No, you started giving the work to Rich because Rich was moving in and getting money. And that's a fact. Come on, plugs. Stop acting like this. Y'all are like corporations. Y'all looking for the bag. Y'all got all this work. Y'all trying to move it. Y'all not worried about niggas' feelings. Y'all got all that work. Y'all trying to move it. And that's that. Trying to move it. All right, so, smart guy talks a little bit about Kanye.
The way you've been talking, I think the people want to know this too. How do you feel about the whole Donald Trump thing? Him being, because your opinion, the way you talking, this is about to get crazy in the bros.
No, it's not. We keep trying. Again, it's just what I said. The white man ain't my savior. So why would I care about someone who has a seat at a table in a house that was built to eradicate, erase, and destroy my people? Again, I'm not looking for Hitler to free me as a Jew. I'm not looking for the people who created my Holocaust to take me out of the Holocaust.
Yo, he talks very, 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 very. You gotta sit down and listen to this guy's interviews, man. I can't lie, he be talking some stuff. That's a fact. Shout out to the smart guy. I got one more for y'all. Listen to this.
And your intention ain't right because you think you gotta go to the white man for something that you're supposed to go to God for.
Fact.
Because the white man conditioned you to think that you gotta go to him. But who he went to? He went to God and made you think you gotta go to him. He went to God, got it, and told you he was God, so you come to him. So you never get it. He went to God and got it, and then told you you was God. Hold up, man. He went to God and got it, and then lied to you that he was God, so you can never get it, because you kept coming to him as a God when he's a man. So go to the same bait he went to. Fuck you mean? And get the same money.
That's the fact.
Ah! Shout out to the smart guy. 100%. All right, so let's get right into the business right now. Let's go to the sports for a second. Then we're going to jump into your man Diddy and Chris Brown. So, can the Knicks close out tonight? Can the Knicks close out tonight in the Garden, B? That's the question. Can the Knicks close out tonight? But look who your man's going for. Camron running with the Celtics. That's my man. Camron looking like a Shea Baby out there running with the Celtics, B. Shea Baby. Oh, it's about to get nasty in New York City tonight. New York City, ain't nothing popping nowhere else tonight but New York City at the Garden. You're not going to even be able to get into New York City tonight. Outside is rocking. Inside is rocking. Celebrities are out tonight. Game 6. Knicks is definitely losing tonight. The Knicks are definitely losing tonight. That's a fact. It's just the history of these bums, B. Like I said, look at all the Knicks gear back here. I'm a Knicks fan at heart. My family's the Knicks. My son's godfather's Earl Monroe. Come on. Come on. I keep telling y'all this. I definitely love the Knicks. But the boys definitely go home tonight. Why? Because this is the history of the Knicks. Do I got to go back and play it again for y'all, hurt y'all heart? Do you know I'll do it? Don't make me do it to y'all again in here. Y'all want that smoke? All right, let's go. Let me do it. Let me see if I still got it for y'all. Let me see if I still got it. I know y'all mad at that. Hold on. I should have it. This could be it. This is year number 2 for your boy Shay. No, that's not it. TV. Hold on, that's not it. This could be it. I can't lie. Look at this. Look at this. No, that's not it. Hold on. I might have it still. I might still have it. This could be it. Did what he said he was going to do. Now, he said the guarantee that the Celtics come back and win the series 4-3. I don't know, man. I'm not going to. Like I said, I'm a Celtics fan. I ran with the Celtics 2007, 6, 7, and 8. That's when I became a Celtics fan. I ain't going to lie to you. I like that Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett team with Paul Pierce and Rondo. Rondo's one of my favorite guards ever. I just love the way he plays. You're born in 75 and up, right? You're on your way out of here. You're approaching 50, 60. The Knicks will never win. You'll be in the casket before the Knicks win. My pops, rest in peace to him. He passes away in September. He got a chance to see the Knicks win. Earl Monroe's his man. He's at the championship game. He's chilling with Earl. Yeah, baby. He gets to see that. Not me. I don't see the Knicks do nothing. All I see is Patrick Ewing missed layups against Reggie Miller. Michael Jordan busting our ass.
That makes the play.
And it was a scary thing watching the clock dwindle down as the big fella went into the paint area.
The sea opened. I remember thinking, he's gonna score. I drove, laid the ball up.
I'm thinking, wow, this is, same thing is happening over again. We're gonna lose.
And I'm watching the ball going up. I see the ball hit Boodoo. Boodoo.
And that's what I think of the Knicks when it comes to Game 6 tonight. That's what I think of the Knicks when it comes to Game 6 tonight. I think they jinxed, my dude. Tonight is the biggest game of Knicks history. Yeah. This is bigger than Game 7 championship game. This is the biggest game in the Knicks history, if ever, of basketball. Tonight. If the Knicks do not win tonight, the Knicks are finished. Now, Monster, I need a check for this. Because the Celtics are going to win this series, and we're going to pop this bottle tonight. I got the Magnum Monster tonight. Pause. Because we need a lot of energy for this game tonight. I like opening these ones. The Magnum Monster, pause, is crazy. Look. Crazy. Shit pop like a bottle. That's a fact. Ryan Clifton, what's poppin'? Ain't shit, my boy, we rockin'. We got some good smoke today, man. Yeah, so them Knicks. The Knicks got a big game tonight. All right, let's get into what Camron he had to say about the Knicks.
Boston knew what time it was, and I'm not saying they're going to win the next game or the next two games, but they're playing not just for their season, but for Tatum as well. But it was a well-balanced attack. But what I will say is this. If you're a New York Knicks fan, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that loss because you come back home. But what you do see, and they just wasn't capitalizing on it, pardon me, it's the Boston Celtics, when they get comfortable, falling in love with the three-point shot. Loving a bitch that ain't gonna love you back every night, my nigga. I'm telling you right now, this is an advantage for the New York Knicks. These niggas can't stop shooting the three. You think about this. They up, I believe, 14 points. They get in the bonus in the third quarter, in the bonus with 9 minutes left, 9 and some change. So those for them that don't know what the bonus means every foul that they get, they go to the foul line. Sometimes it's a shooting foul, sometimes the foul's on the floor. When the foul's on the floor, you take it out from out of bounds unless you're in the bonus. They were in the bonus with 9 and some change left, and they still shooting threes. Every shot should have been to the basket for a potential contact for a foul, and you go to the foul line and shoot some jump shots. This is definitely in the New York Knicks' favor because they're not going to shoot that good every night. They're on their second game winning where they're shooting decent from three. They're not shooting very well from three at all. We all seen that. So I would say this definitely plays in the Knicks' favor because they mentally can't get it out their mind. they can't stop shooting threes no matter what. So even though they won last game, I would take this back to New York if I'm a New York Knicks player, coaching staff, so on and so forth, and say, look, we played bad. We wasn't making shots. Our star player, clutch player, whatever you want to call him, he didn't play well because he was in foul trouble. Mikal Bridges is in single digits. Karl Anthony Towns didn't have a sensational game. OG Anunoby's in single digits. We're not going to win. That's not a recipe to win. So take the mistakes, take it back home, and try to seal the deal. That's what you got.
Okay. So, Cam, you say obviously the Knicks can't be scoring in single digits. There's a couple, mistakes that they made that you could see having progress to win. So, Mace, in your opinion, what do you think is the first adjustment the Knicks need to make to be able to win this series?
I'm going to say something really simple. They got to play better than the people they're playing against. If you look at the stats, this is the first time I ever seen a team that was plus in every position. Other than Porzingis, look at this list for example. You got Al Horford that was plus 11. You got Drew Holiday plus 23. You got Derek White plus 26. You got Jaylen Brown plus 28. Even the people that came off the bench. Baylor is plus 1. Torrey Craig is plus 1. Luke Cornett is plus 20. Now you got Pritchett that's plus 24.
Yeah, so, that Pritchett dude is nice. I'm not going to hold you. That Pritchett dude is a problem. He can shoot the three. He throws nice passes. I like his game a lot. Yeah. Yo, that's the game of the night. Can y'all agree with me? That's where it's at tonight. I think it's at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I think 7:30. Tune in. That's going to be crazy. I ain't going to lie, man. I think them Celtics are hungry. I think they play better without Jason Tatum. I think they play better than him, man. Yeah. Without him. Because if you look at this, I put this up on Instagram. Let me show you. The Celtics actually play better without fam. Look. Nine and 2 in this regular season. 11-2. They 2-0 in the playoffs without him. 3-0 from last week. I think Jason Tatum do too many step backs, hold the ball too long. I think the Celtics are better off without this dude right now. I ain't gonna hold you. You see what happened last game? They won by 20. Yeah. They never went. All they did was blow leads when they had that dude in the game with them, Tatum. He shoot too many threes. He's right. He's shooting 11 threes a game. That's too many. I think the Celtics be all right tonight. Yeah. That's a fact. Shout out to Camron. I see you, my boy. All right, so let's get into this C Breezy. So C Breezy got locked up. I mean, I'm not sure why too much, but we're going to find out. Let's see.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room. Okay.
Oh, no. That's OG Perry. We're going to get back to that. That's on Diddy. Hold on. Let me see where they got the Chris Brown shit at. I don't think they got anything on the C Breezy. I think we're good on C Breezy. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened to C Breezy, but I know he got locked up. It tells you right here, the Grammy-winning singer Chris Brown charged Thursday in England. Brown was charged with causing harm to arrest at a Manchester hotel, it says. Yeah, because it's kind of cut off. Let me see if I can shrink it up a little bit so we can read it. There we go. I had to move it over a little bit. Attack at the nightclub Okay, so this happened in 2023. Yeah. That we do know. So Chris Brown, he got locked up for something that he did in 2023. Nasty work, man. I'm trying to tell you, if you're a celebrity right now, walk a thin line. Even when you go to the regular store now, y'all celebrity niggas gotta put on poo shiesties. You don't even want niggas to see your face no more because it's hot. They coming up with anything now to finish y'all niggas, man. I don't think this can finish Chris Brown, but this just puts him, out there. Now, he had this thing with Rihanna that he got through maybe about 12, 15 years ago. So it finally started passing and letting them get some burn in the game again. Now this. They finally start letting Chris Brown get some burn in the game again. Now this. No cap, 100. Fuck with the show for your Alice, yeah. That's a fact, Jungle. Good looks, my boy. Appreciate you. Yeah, shake, baby. But yeah, the Chris Brown, it ain't gonna finish him. It's just gonna, set him back a little bit and just have him all over the place and going back and forth to court. That's all. Nothing too serious. Trust me. All right, let's move on to your man Diddy. So, this guy gets on YouTube and he talks about Diddy when he hung Wale off a cliff. This is crazy. So he said they was in a recording studio. Fox was goody. He said they was in a recording studio and Wale, I guess he just looked at Cassie, and next thing you know, Diddy and his security guards was hanging him off a balcony by his feet, telling him, don't you ever look at my bitch like this again. Look, this is facts. Where is it at? This is real facts. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, shoot. Seems like that's not in there. I don't know where that went. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, the engineer separated through blinds that you can't see through there, but you can see through there before they close the blinds, so you know the setup and the arrangement in it. But it's a little opening. If you go up there and look, you can look through the blinds. You can't probably do it from that far back. You gotta go up. So as I go up there, we look through the blind, we peep the blind. I know what type of shoes Wale had on. All I see is Wale's feet. All I see is his feet in it. And Diddy saying a lot of things. Like he just saying a lot of things. And security just manhandled him. Long story short, they leave out. When they leave, everybody left. He left, Diddy left. I mean, not he left. Security left, Diddy left, and Cassie left with them. While they stayed back there for like an hour or two after that. And he tried to come out like nothing happened, but he was still jacked
Charles,
up. Like
what's
he didn't
goody?
go in there the same way he came out. Like he was a little bit tilted, shirt a little bit tilted. Looked like he was in a rough altercation. And he didn't try to talk to us, or we didn't speak on him about it, because he don't know we heard the do through the door, and we ran and we seen it, we peeped. So Shy act like he was at the bathroom, like he know what's going on. And I act like I ain't know what's going on. We ain't never talked about it, but me and Shy talked about it like for years. We always talked about how Wale got hung off the balcony. But I wasn't the only person there, y'all. It was other people there. I promise y'all, this story is not like it was just me, him, and them people. No, it was engineers and they heard people, his people. Other people know about this story. This story is out there in the world, but I told y'all, it's a rack of stories, like the Diddy stories that we hear now. We only hear.
That's crazy. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. If a nigga do that to me, it's not the end of it. I'm going crazy. I'm getting on the internet, running my mouth. This is it. This is smoke. It's up. You hang me off. I'm scared of heights. You gonna hang me off a balcony? Like I'm some clown nigga? And I'm supposed to just take that and just say, that's Puff Daddy. This is what he do. No. 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 Something got to give. Something got to happen. Right if you to drop me, I'll be dead. That's attempted murder. You tried to kill me, fam. Hanging me off a balcony? That's crazy. I'm mad if I'm Wale. I'm tight. I'm furious. I gotta talk to somebody, man. I got to talk to somebody. That's crazy what Puff be doing out here to niggas, man. So look at Lil Woody had to say about the Diddy case.
Gate Atlanta, gate capital, gate this, gate that. What the is going on with this P. Diddy? Yeah, he represents for the whole North. Yep. I told y'all leave me alone because I seen the water to myself. Oh, Poppy. We ain't doing no shit like that down here, partner. So y'all need to make sure y'all explain this shit right here in the comments. People from up north. I don't care if you from Philly. I don't care if you from goddamn New Jersey. All y'all from up north, y'all be talking about the South. Y'all talk about Atlanta. But P. Diddy did this from what? Come on here. Oh my God, it's freaky, y'all. Man, you got to be messed up in the head. Like, I don't got nothing against the gays. I love y'all. But people.
Wow. So he's trying to say all the Zesties were supposed to be in Atlanta. What's up, New York? What's up, New Jersey? What's up, Philly? Damn, he trying to kill us, fam. I ain't gonna hold you. Diddy got us looking like that in the East? That's crazy, Diddy. I know, Don, that nigga got a new life. That's the new cool thing these days. Go snitch, go get on the internet, get rich, get famous, do all the interviews. We just saw him. He was in a Maserati. He's doing fine. Had the Rolex, he's touching his face like this. Had the Rolex on. Lil Woody's doing good, man. Lil Woody's doing good. Shout out to him. He snitched and made a life for himself. Shout out to him. That's a fact. Harlem Romeo, what's goody? Arnell James, what's good? That's where Diddy lived. Atlanta, crazy. At King, come on now. Atlanta is the Mecca, and I'm glad I've never been to the A. Ha! Oh, Atif, come on. You already know New York City, we don't get down like that, man. He tried to kill us. He tried to body us. I ain't gonna hold you, he did. He definitely did. So, check out OG Perry on the Diddy case too.
I don't know what's this. It's gonna be this and this after this and this. They're gonna carry. How long you think it's gonna last, Tone? For a year? This trial? How long you think this trial's gonna last? About a year?
Maybe so.
6 months?
This
9 months?
the next Lil Woody Young Thug trial.
Well, it's just another distraction. That's what it's called. Something going on over here, and they don't want us to know. So guess what? The Diddy trial. Everybody, we got the blacks, and we babysitting the blacks right now with the Diddy trial. Everybody's posting. Just like O.J. Simpson trial, just like a Lil Wayne trial, just like a Bill Cosby trial, just like, can I go on and on? A Tupac trial. This ain't the first time we seen.
A Snoop Dogg trial.
A DMX trial. Wanna keep playing? A Mike Tyson trial. Our great black men trial, because that's what it is. The system will give us what we want, and this what they gonna always let us know when they get them what. Give me that. Give me that. Y'all thought he, see what they did to the father.
Tory Lanez trial.
He said OG Percy be capping. That's a fact. Nah, but he tried to talk facts. Yo, so Fox, I'm glad you pulled up. You came up a little late. Check this out.
Diddy wanted dick. Diddy ain't want no pussy. He wanted dick. He was really insecure about his sexuality. We hear about the sex worker who was fucking Cassie, looks back at Diddy, and Diddy gets in a verbal, I don't know if it was physical, argument with the guy to say, stop looking at me. So how could you be that offended if your kink is just being a cuck? That the man looks at you. However, when he ejaculates on your woman, you and her go to a private room where she lathers you in the guy's semen. Diddy's a homosexual man who could now be seen to be using this woman as a beard. Like, people have heard that about, these undercover gay men. Like, we had a governor in Jersey named Jim McGreevy or something McGreevy. Nigga was gay as shit. He had a family, because most politicians don't get elected unless you got a wife or some type of, like, you look like you got a family structure. Bachelors usually don't get elected. It came out later that he was gay. So his wife was what they call a beard. Like, it's a cover-up. You get what I'm saying? It's possible to believe that Diddy was using Cassie as a beard. Diddy liked cock. He loved semen. In him liking these things and to protect his public image, he acted like he was a cuck. Like, oh no, I'll sit back here while you fuck my girl. Don't look at me though. Who is he jerking off looking at? In light of this, who y'all think Diddy was jerking off looking at? Cassie or the man?
Now that's crazy. Now that's crazy. Now that's crazy, Fox. That's ridiculous, Fox. They asked him who he thought he was beating off to, the man or Cassie. Nasty. Now, I don't understand. This is why he gotta be zesty. Because I know Cassie would have done the same thing with 4 different women. Cassie would have let you freak off with 4 women in the house. If she let niggas beat off in her face, pee in her mouth, she'd have let girls pee all on her too and squirt in her face and everything. So Diddy, he gotta be zesty because you could have did this with females, fam. The females would have been good. You would have been that nigga, Diddy. Yeah, baby. You would have been him if you'd had 5 girls over there. If we would have been right now, looking at it, you sitting in court, you got the face with the gray hairs, you like this, right? And they like, yeah, you know, every night he would have 7, 8 different girls over here making us eat each other out, do everything like that. All of us at home would be like, it's Diddy. It's Diddy. Right? Yeah. But now, we hear you beating off, got niggas beating off on Cassie's face and then hugging you in the back room, rubbing it all on your body. That's where the baby oil comes in. After the niggas nut on her, he rub it on his body. He goes, now go get the motion lotion. Yeah, baby. That's where it comes from. He likes both, Patricia? That's crazy. Now, like I said, I don't say put Diddy away, though, because he's zesty. No, Diddy's not supposed to be in jail. Not at all. Yeah, baby. Now, if they put him in jail for hitting Cassie and he didn't pay her, so be it. But he paid her. That's over. They got Cassie looking crazy, fam. Do I got this shit with my man? Hold on. Oh yeah, look what he says. Straight facts what Boozy says.
He could have loved every minute of it because if somebody making you fuck a bigger dick, a better dick.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I wasn't ready for that one.
Listen.
Okay.
Are you getting better sex? Why your man getting off? Then you say after you do this, he buy you gifts.
Yeah.
Then you say when you try to leave, he come and get you and send people to get you. Some women love it. Some women like to go off and they man come back and get them. They love every minute of it, Vlad. But you can be terrorized from that also. So it's either or. She could have loved every minute of it, and she could have hated every minute of it. Only person knows is Cassie.
Only one that knows is Cassie. That's a fact. Then I definitely came through with this one. Hey, now, let's say that's true. Let's say all of that smoke is true. Let's say Diddy likes doing these freak things and all of this. Like, where in the game that's his problem. How can you go to jail for that? It's just zesty. She does this to him. Would you think that he brainwashed her? She's trying to say he drugged her up. He had people peeing in her mouth and all that. Ma, you wanted this. That's obvious. You can't make a 30-year-old do these things. I don't care. She's not, you know, R. Kelly, they were saying, yeah, these kids were underage. He was forcing them, mind tricking them and all of this because he's older than them. Yeah, but not to no 30-year-old that want to have fun. And you got male escorts at the house. Ma, you knew before these niggas was in the Uber, you could have said, I'm leaving. Yeah. I don't know what to say, Charles. I'm not feeling none of this anymore. Diddy's definitely the zestiest. M3, he's the zestiest ever. Yes, we know that. But that's his problem. I'm not going to hate on Diddy for him being zesty. That's on him. I don't say throw him in jail for being zesty. Nasty, y'all. That's disgusting work right there. So, do y'all agree with me? I don't feel like Diddy forced this girl, man. I feel like she was a groupie. I feel like she wanted to do all these things, man. These are facts. Yeah. I feel like I don't think he forced her, man. I think she was down for the cause. This was Puff Daddy. She was fanned out. She's from the Heights. She had no way in the game. This was her only way in the game, dogs. That's it. All right, so we got about 20 minutes left. We're going to get low right now. We're going to listen to my man right here. He's talking some smoke about the whole case. Let's talk about it. Get low, roll up, chill out. We on some Diddy shit for the next 20 minutes. Yeah, baby.
Get in here, okay? We are live from New York City, New York, where the girls are cooking it, okay? I just want to first start out with some house rules. If you haven't done so, like the video. We still got the Venmo going for the fun, okay? I'm going to put that on here now. Okay. We got the Venmo fund. Shout out to y'all. Really quick, I want to hit this and I'm going to miss this. Real quick, hold on. I need to post that in the chat. Hold on. Thank you for the super chats, all the donations, all the people coming through, and yes, supporting our stream. Okay. One more thing. Hold on, because the chat is moving so fast, child. Y'all's in here early. Hold on. I'm coming right now. Have to say something before the big old clip where you just throw that motherfucker and go. They didn't have time for that today. They threw on a blazer and they clipped that hair up and they was going to work on Cassie's ass. It's no shade. So when Cassie came out, I wanted to see what she was giving because Cassie was giving, dresses and feathered out and, trench coats. Cassie came out ready too. She had her hair in a ponytail, a blade. She had on black today and she had thigh-high boots on. So she was ready to go there too. She was ready to talk. I said, it's about to be a battle. White women on white women. And white women wasn't playing. Okay. So I'm like, okay. Here we go. Them white women ain't playing today. Yes, we're finna get into some things. And of course, I was inside the courtroom. Amen. I don't know how God has been doing it, but baby, every single day I get inside that courtroom. So baby, we just gonna keep going. Thank y'all for everybody that's, helping me get up there and get into some things. So let's get into it. So they started it off with kind of, and they used all of Cassie's exhibits against her. So they used all the prosecution's exhibits and they found other text messages and they used them against Cassie. But I want to let you guys know this, just so we don't forget the plot. This case is not Cassie versus Sean Combs. This case is the United States of America versus Sean Combs. Cassie has been subpoenaed as a witness. She already won her money. She won her civil suit. This is a federal criminal case that is not filed by Cassie. I want you guys to know that again.
No, that's good to know.
This is not Cassie versus Diddy. This is the United States government versus Diddy. This is the feds versus Diddy. They used Cassie as a witness. The prosecution lawyers, the 6-pack of white women, none of those women represent Cassie. Cassie's lawyer is an older white gentleman who is not allowed to do anything but talk to his client outside of the courtroom. Just so we're clear, okay? Now, okay, so let's get into it. So they start off, you know, where they're setting the scene, and I didn't know where they was going with this at first. They were just kind of setting it. It was a little boring at first. I was falling asleep because they were setting the scene, you know, like, you know, you really like Sean. You really like him. You've seen different versions of him, haven't you? And she was like, well, yeah. Like, you always knew, you know, how special you were to him, didn't you? She was like, well, you know, at times, well, no. I don't know all the time. Maybe like sometimes I knew. And they were like, well, you know, you would get really jealous when he would like other people, right? And she said, yeah, you know, I do get jealous. And then they said, well, but you always keep coming back.
That's a fact.
She said, then Cassie got to finish. She said, I don't keep coming back. We keep getting back together. Like, I don't just keep coming back to him. Because they were trying to push it like, girl, you knew you liked him. He was good to you. He was a good person. You've seen a different side of him. So Cassie was kind of like, well, yeah, but like, no, but girl, girl, you know that you liked him because they had things cooking for her. They had some shit on her. And they were like, but you keep coming back. You just couldn't, you just kept coming back. And they're like, well, no. She's like, I didn't keep coming back. We kept getting back together. They said, you know, he loved you. Right? You loved him.
Real quick, we're going to get right back to it. He's right. Diddy's coming home. I just want to let y'all know this. He's not going to be in jail for long. This is a dumb case. I'm telling y'all this. Because Shorty's a groupie. I'm telling y'all. She's a fan. She was thirsty.
She said, I did love him. And then she said, I feel like he loved me too. Objection, Your Honor. Every time, the prosecution. That's what I wrote. I was like, oh, they're not playing. Every few minutes, they was objection. Because the defense was trying to get this email in, and they couldn't. And then the judge was like, you know what? No, that email is going to come in. So eventually, the email came in. Right? It was a text from Cassie. And Diddy says, it makes me so happy that you would come to see me in ATL. No. This is Cassie saying this to Diddy. It makes me so happy that you would just come to ATL to see me. I'm such a lucky woman. So let me give you a little tea. So when the prosecution, these are all the same text message threads that the prosecution was using for Cassie. However, they cut out the parts where Cassie and Diddy were seemingly showing love to each other. They only played like the freak off. They cut and pasted certain parts of the text message thread that went with their narrative. The defense dug through those, and they found the spots where either the messages started or they got cut off or that fit their narrative. So what happens is the prosecution has a set of text messages here, but then the defense goes, well, wait, let's open up the thread a little bit more and let's read the before or let's read the after. So you got to follow me, okay? Is that making sense? So this is before some of the stuff.
Shout out to Belizean Sachet. That's her name?
So, Cassie.
Belizean Sachet, I see you.
That you would just come to see me. I'm such a lucky woman. Setting the stage of like how much, you know, she really appreciate Diddy. I'm such a lucky woman. No. Diddy said, it makes me so happy that you want to come to ATL just to see me. I'm such a lucky man. Diddy said that. Then Cassie said, I'm such a lucky woman. I fly wherever you need me to.
Diddy said that.
Love, Cass. Diddy said, I love you so much, it makes me cry. Cassie said, you hungry, Papa? Diddy
You hungry, no. Papa?
Cassie said, no problem. Let me know. Diddy said, I love you so much, it consumes my life. So they just were sending each other love messages. I love you. I love how you love me.
I love how you love me.
Cassie, then they said, you know, Diddy's like a really good guy. Cassie was like, yeah, he's very charismatic. He's a larger than life personality. Everyone loves him. And people really rock with him. And so then Diddy texts her, I miss you. When do you want a freak off? Just, you know, they go into the freak offs. Cassie goes, remember, she said she never wanted to freak off. She never wanted it. They got a text where Cassie said, I'm always ready to freak off. I'm always ready to freak off.
They're all always ready. They're all ready.
Well, Cassie's doing all these love messages and doing all this, and Diddy always goes straight into a freak off. But the thing is, Cassie's always like, I'm ready for the freak off. And so that's the argument. Now, first, at one point, Cassie would try to make it seem like.
Now, I'm going to tell you, this is why it's nasty out here. Because if you ask me, from the years that I've been around for a long time, I've been through, like I said, I've been through this for a minute. I seen them come in and come out, all these different thotties, J-Lo's, all of them with Diddy. When she's around at this time, even with the song, when she got the record out, you kind of look at her like she seems innocent. Like she's like a little cute little Spanish girl from the city that, you know, that Diddy found him a little J-Lo. He got him a girl that's going to keep quiet. He can control the situation. You don't think that she's a slore like this. This is what makes it nasty. Nigga think, oh, I got me a good girl. She's at home. She's cooking. She don't go nowhere. She watch the kids. No, when you turn around, it's lights out, guys. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get married and have a relationship these days. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, ladies. I love y'all. It's just shit like this. It keeps it, guys like me, keeps it in my mind that don't be a fool.
Well, that was the way that we talked, or it was always one-sided when it was with me. I would always send long, love, heartfelt messages, and he would always want to do a freak off, or he was always violent, or he was always this. But then the defense was like, he was not always violent to you, was he?
Shout out to Roxanne.
No. Y'all had really good moments together, didn't y'all? Yes.
Shout out to HP. What's good?
Oh,
Mick Marshall, what up?
You didn't say that before. See, the other day she was making it seem like
drop them super chats and them cash apps. Let's get to it. That got this zesty nigga on here getting all the money.
It was always him that wanted to do the freak off. So she goes into Cassie. Now this didn't get read. I'm always down for a freak off. So everybody's like, whoa, ho, ho. And he said, well, when do you want to do it? She said, it can be whenever.
It can be whenever.
But the weekend will be better time. So, you know, it'll be a better time because we got a lot going on. We got premieres. We got this. But then she just doubled back and said, but if you want to, let's do it during the week. So she was pushing the issues.
That pink cocaine juice.
Well, I wish I could get Jules here. I don't know. We got to fill him out. Cassie goes,
smash them like buttons. Smash them like buttons. Mick Marshall was good. He smashed them likes.
Yes, I can. Now remember, Cassie had been pushing the narrative that Diddy had her working for him. Diddy would always make her do the freak offs, make her call these people. But they're now showing that Cassie is saying, I'll do it. I'll do the call. I'm ready to freak off. Whenever you want. Okay, during the weekend is better, but you know what, Dad, let's do it during the week. Freak me off. Freak me off. And then, after that, Cassie texts again. Now watch this. Here's a text. I can't wait to stare at some big black dick.
Wow!
Cassie, I can't wait to stare at some big black dick.
That's crazy.
She said, Diddy said, I want it to be really hot. No. Cassie said I want to be. Cassie said I want it to be really hot, and I want it to be uncontrollable. I want that to be uncontrollable. And Diddy said, "Well, I can't wait to watch you." Cassie writes, "I can't wait to have my legs cocked back behind my head to me feeling some dick.
Wow.
Tease my putty.
Crazy.
Raw. She said, I can't wait to have my legs cocked back behind my head to feel some dick. Tease my putty.
What?
Raw. The husband. I promise you.
Damn, Cassie. Cassie about that life.
The husband was this color. The husband was, he's a white man, right? The husband was this color. If that man, have you ever seen the red angry face emoji? I'm be honest with you. I don't know if Cassie will be in a relationship too long after this trial.
That's a fact.
I think that man may leave her.
He's definitely
is.
Let's pause this for a second.
I'm
not gonna lie.
Told him one story.
This is the problem I'm having now. This is the problem I'm having now with all of this. Don't come to me and now you the goody two shoes. Now you want me to wife you after you had 1,000, you know what, all up in you. No. All of a sudden now, you haven't had sex in 5 to 10 years. You haven't did this. You haven't did that. You're not this. You're not that. No, ma. Keep it real. Don't let me find these things out later, because then now it's over. Let me decide if I want to be with a whore. Let me decide if I want to be with a thot. Don't have me blind because you from another state and I meet you somewhere else and I don't know nothing about you. And then now, you know what I'm saying? This is nasty. The husband definitely feels some type of way. Because once a whore, always one. You're not going to clean up out of nowhere. There's no way in the world this girl is just doing all this straight for Diddy. She's been doing this. Because I don't care what you say. A woman that never did this before, I don't care who you are. If you have morals and you care for yourself and you know deep down inside you ain't this type of woman, you're saying no. You're saying no. And you know what? If a man respect you, they won't even ask you to do these type of things. Because let's keep it real. Every nigga that has a girl or is married, they definitely want to have threesomes. They just say, yo, you know what? I respect my woman. She did nothing to me or no slut stuff. Nah, nothing ever came back to me. How I look asking her to be a slut all of a sudden. How I look asking her to be a slut all of a sudden. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy out there right now. So, me personally, I didn't think Cassie had all this in her. I thought she was just a beautiful, cute girl that Diddy chose because Diddy is who he is. He is Diddy. You know, he dated J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is what makes me mad even about this too, about females. Because if Diddy's not Diddy, he can't sleep with neither one of these women. So, it goes back to what I was saying. The groupie stuff. One thing Shay hates, I can't stand being around a groupie. I get up and walk away. I get up and walk away from them. That's a fact. Give me the chick that says, oh, you're on YouTube? What's that? Oh, you're on Instagram? What is that? Even though, you know, that's going to be hard. You'll be on that rock if you don't know what these things are. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's nasty out there. Fam is right here, this dude. This dude is right. Her husband definitely, he said her husband is white. He said that the nigga turned red. He said he turned the color of the hat. That's how mad he was about this. You're saying yes to these things, Ma. You're telling me Diddy raped me. You know, these are the stories that got her in the building with the millionaire. This is how she gets in the door with the millionaire. You know, I was with Puff Daddy, but he was abusing me. He was making me do these things with people, and he really made me feel bad. And I deserved the world because I look good. And, you know, I was with a billionaire already, and he cut me. I left him because he was mistreating me. Oh, come here, boo. Here's a shoulder to lean on. I got you. You're so cute. You're so pretty. I'm going to take care of you. Don't worry. Then to come to find out, you're telling niggas that you want to have sex raw with male escorts? You're the worst. You're the worst. She looks bad right now, fam. I'm telling y'all. Diddy's coming home. Free Diddy. Now that I'm hearing more about this, free Diddy. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. You got niggas locked. Diddy can shoot. If I'm Diddy, if I'm Diddy, we gotta sue the system now. I should not be in here. Why am I in here? You hear her saying, let's do this. You hear her. You see the text messages. You know, I watch 48 all day long. That's all I watch is another 48. The first thing they do in the new technology is they go to the text messages. The text messages is the case. The text messages is the case. That's why they showing y'all this. Free Diddy, man.
I don't think he got the cross-examination story. It didn't feel like he knew all the bells and whistles to the yin or the yang. You know what I'm saying? It gave, okay, Diddy did that. I did this. Yes, I was double stuffed. Yes, it was the freak off. Yes, they pissed in my mouth. Yes, I got... But it didn't give
that dude doing that.
Saying,
he's doing that too well.
Source in my
he's
mouth,
doing that too well.
You know what I mean? It didn't give. Yeah, she was saying, you know, put it in the one that wink and stink. Does that make sense? But she was actually given that. So, because she was saying she wanted stuff to tease her pussy. You know what I mean? So. I don't think he was ready for that.
I like this dude.
He was not ready for that. So.
Sal. Yo, this nigga crazy.
And I'm over there like, wow, this is getting hot. I got written on here, husband is bloodshot red. That motherfucker would look like this. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So they kept going.
Kept going. That's crazy.
What you thinking about? You know, like, what are you thinking about? Cassie text. I'm thinking about licking these big old dick from the balls to the head, then slowly lowering my mouth down on it to let it hit.
I can't lie. I can't front though. I gotta keep it real with y'all. Cassie is talking that talk though. Yo, let that man out of jail, man. Cassie talking that talk. Every nigga want to hear that. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. It feel good to get a text message like that once in a while. Like, yeah, but not saying you put male escorts, you know, all in your mouth. You know, you might want a girl to text you like, yeah, I want you to, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you want your girl to hit you with these text messages. But they having conversations about male escorts busting all in their mouths, raw sex. They're nasty work, man. IVs and all that. It's crazy.
The back of my throat and choke me out.
Choke her out?
That's what she said. She said she wanted to take she wanted to lick to both of them, not one, both, however many. You know what I mean? They freak off 2, 3. So she was ready to lick about 4 or 5 dicks. Okay, and she was ready to go from here, on everybody's
look at this nigga. This nigga wild.
So some of that gagging and choking was by request.
I told y'all. I told y'all.
She wanted that. She didn't say that yesterday.
Yo, this nigga crazy.
She didn't say that. This choking and stuff was on request. A lot of that choking and stuff was by request. Okay? A lot of that was by request.
By request.
Diddy said, Diddy responded, I'm so horny. I'm so horny. Cassie texts, ooh, I was just about to say that. You lined some things up? Like you want, I'm so me too. You lining some things up? And they said, well, and then Diddy said, well, how you feeling? You supposed to be seducing me all day. Diddy said, and then Cassie said, I'm so horny.
Damn.
And then she said, I'll set it up. I'll just set everything up.
Wow.
So they asking her, well, why are you setting this stuff up? Like, you know, she was like, well, I just kind of felt like that's what you were supposed to do. A little bit, you just kind of set it up. It was like, okay, you know. But, you know, but she was trying to act like, well, that's just kind of what we did. That was just kind of how we got together or whatever we did. I'm like, oh, okay. Then there was another message from Cassie. I just deleted our little video off my camera. It was so dope. You know, so they like, well, what video was it? And then Diddy responds, I'm going to do it again. And Cassie says, do you have any more pills on you? So
wow.
Let's stop there. So when she like, I deleted our little video, they like, well, what's the video? She like, well, I don't know. I don't know what they like, you don't know what it is? No. And then defense go, oh, you must have been on drugs. You were high, huh? You high? She's like, well, maybe, I don't know. I just don't remember. She's like, oh, you don't remember, huh? You might have been high. We're going to get to that.
We're going to get to that.
She said, weren't the videos in your phone? The freak off video? She's like, well, I had other videos. She said, oh, you had like good memories, huh? You had a good time together, huh? Like, you know, good times, good things going on. She's like, well, yeah, I don't know what the video is. She said, well, I'm going to do it again. What do you think that is? What is he going to do again? Oh, Cassie, I don't know. Said, well, do you have any more pills on you? Like, what is that? What pills? It can be any pills. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know. It could just be any pills. Oh, okay. I'm saying it's showing she was a bit hesitant, but she wanted to be the only. So Cassie was showing that, you know, they were showing text messages where Cassie was like, I want to do the golf, but this is where it gets interesting. Now listen to me. You got to listen close because they build it and it's all going to make sense. I'm just going through the day. Then I'm going to explain to you what my take is, right? Because my take changed, but I'm going to break it down. But I want you guys to hear everything. Then I'm going to give you my take on what I think is the tea right now. So she then went into how she would love to be with him. She loved to do the freak off. She wanted to do the FOs and this, that, and the third, but she missed when it was just about her and him. And, you know, and when, you know, she could be his girlfriend and it was like, it was more intimate. Now it just kind of feels like they're just doing the freak offs just to do them. Right. She said she was a little bit hesitant. Like she was like, okay, I'll do it. But like, you know, if it's going to be about me and you and it's our time and, you know, this and that. So it says she was a bit hesitant because she wanted to be the only one. if she felt like she was the only girl or the only person, or she really felt like he cared about her, she would have been okay with all the freak offs. The problem is Cassie wanted to be this man's girlfriend. Cassie wanted to be his girlfriend. Cassie was very jealous of everybody she came in contact with. She sent the full email about the freak offs and not being happy doing them anymore. She felt like she was only for sex. That's the only reason why she didn't want to do the freak offs, because Diddy wouldn't officially make her his girlfriend. This is during the time before they went public.
Crazy.
Okay? So before they went public, they were freaking off. She wanted more. She wanted to be the girlfriend. But then I wrote, Cassie's over here acting slow, not smooth, stuttering, trying really hard to, and not lead the defense. Now, the defense did so good because obviously she's super pregnant. She's a woman. So they did a good job. Before she really cooked her, she was gaslighting her like they were friends. I put defense kind of fanned out over Cassie while she was doing the crossover. She talked about Cassie being beautiful, charming, very pretty, great to laugh at and great to look at. The whole courtroom laughed, like, because she was like, "You are so beautiful. You're just so charming. You're just a great person."
Facts, Charles. Now she want to play dumb, right?
Modeling career. But they also talked about Cassie being a little bit jealous of Kim Porter and her friend Carrie Morgan, because she felt like Diddy wanted Carrie Morgan. Cassie also felt like, and I might be jumping ahead, but Cassie also felt like, well, I don't want to do these freak offs because I don't get invited to Christmases. I don't get invited to Thanksgivings. We're 7 years in this relationship, but yet on Christmas, you're with Kim Porter.
Crazy.
Or I see you sleeping around with Gina here and there. What about me? Why don't you love me? I only get freak offs to New Year's Eve. So she was feeling away about that. So it wasn't that she didn't like the freak offs. She did not like being the wife.
Facts.
She did not like being the girlfriend that was close to the kids. She never had a relationship with the kids. She never was able to go to Christmas or Thanksgivings. She was always the fun girl.
It's
but here's where they started
there,
to do the Rule 412. So they started up about how she met Diddy. She met Diddy through her manager or producer, through producer Ryan Leslie.
Wow.
But here's the shade. She was dating Ryan Leslie.
She's a thotty.
Now, it was her 21st birthday. So she had been dating Ryan Leslie for 3 years, because they were like, well, how do you have all these people at your party? Like, you've got all these different celebrities at your party. Cassie's like, well, Diddy did it. But they were like, well, you have a successful career. This is when the judge was giving her life. You have a successful career. You're beautiful. You're engaging. You had successful music. You're modeling. You had an apartment in Manhattan. She said, well, I saved my money. Well, how does one girl get all of that? Well, I just saved, and I don't know celebrities and just that. And the third, it was Diddy. She was like, and I don't really go out like that. They were like, oh, you don't go out? Because I was about to say, what about in LA? I mean, I've seen you in the clubs in LA, New York, here, there, bookings, this. You're always out. Because, well, not like that. Or maybe the time that you was out performing in Vegas, or maybe the time you was out, the judge, the defense was giving it to her. You didn't go out. Well, maybe what happened that time when you was in New York? Or what happened here when you was in LA? When you were at this, when you had this, and pictures and this and that. She was whacking Cassie back and forth on all the times Cassie went out. Cassie was like, well, no, I don't choose to go out. I go out to events for work. So there's like, oh, okay. So when did you meet Diddy?
Shout out to Nisha in the building.
So she met Diddy through Ryan Leslie.
Y'all see that blue wrench next to her? #1 moderator in the world.
Them into, well, how you live in this lifestyle? If you're just like a struggling model, or you're just like a, basically saying, in my words, the way I interpret it is, girl, you got an apartment in Manhattan and you don't have no job for real, but you got all these celebrities, girl, you're connected somewhere. It wasn't just Diddy. Oh, you were with Ryan Leslie. And you were with Ryan Leslie for 3 years. Then they said, well, how old is Ryan Leslie? Well, he was 10 years older than me, and she was 18 or 19. So Ryan Leslie was like 28 or 29 at the time. Here's the shade. She then cheated on Ryan Leslie to be with Diddy.
Crazy.
Diddy wanted to take her out of town for her birthday to Miami. They made a fake flyer saying that Cassie was going to be booked at a club so that she can go to Miami and Ryan Leslie wouldn't find out or think nothing of it. But she went there to go spend time with Diddy.
Wow.
And this is the time
you trifling
Diddy kissed her in the mouth.
Nasty. Try to tell y'all.
And she also had Ryan Leslie's name tattooed on her.
She's a thot.
Are y'all following how they going now?
I'm following you.
Because if you're not catching it, they're saying this woman is a hoe.
She's a hoe.
She's a freak out hoe.
Straight up.
She's a cold-blooded freak, and she's a hoe.
Facts.
You'll catch it. Watch. She was dating Ryan Leslie first.
I know. I got a lot to do today, man. It's Friday, man. Freaky Fridays. What's up today? We gonna take off where we left off on Monday. We gonna, fam, get used to him. We keeping him around the platform. He's good. He got some good smoke. Shout out to Nisha. Nisha told me about him. Nisha's like, Shay, you should use this guy for when you're using the clips in the morning show. He's good. He does good research. So we're going to keep him around. I don't know his name, but I like the dude. He's funny. He's a little zesty because he was working the mic a little crazy, but it's okay. He got good content. Shout out to him. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend. Freaky Fridays. Make sure y'all freak off tonight, but not like Diddy and Cassie. All right? I'll see y'all on Monday. And thanks for pulling up. We had a great show today, man. I love y'all, and y'all the reason I keep doing this, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't the bread. It's y'all. I rock with y'all. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby, y'all. 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 J baby, y'all.
Baby, the vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on, if you like all the hip-hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shea Baby's bringing to the table. Make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.